Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at www.stampwithelaine.com. Yay! The new catalogue for 2020 to 2021 goes live today. At the time of the order, I didn't have the new 2020 to 2022 in colour inks available. Demonstrators and customers alike will have to order them today. I'm so pleased I can now officially share the inside of the catalogue with you. You'll notice that it's a little smaller. Stamping Up is making changes to their catalogue programme. They want to create better consistency across all their markets towards catalogue names and to allow longer availability of the products in each catalogue. What used to be called the Celebration Catalogue will now be called the January to June 2021 Mini Catalogue, which will run from January through to June. Autumn Catalogue will now be called the July-December 2021 Mini Catalogue, which will run from July through to December. The reason for doing this is so that they can expand the product availability to 6 months rather than the 3, and the page and product count on both these catalogues will be increased, and that's why the annual catalogue will be smaller than in previous years, but all the items in the annual catalogue will be available over a 12-month period as before. I won't run through the catalogue page by page, but I will point out some highlights. Now here is page 1. It will list all the suite indexes. The suites are split into categories for all occasions: love and thanks and support, kids and babies, birthdays, artistic expression, and then lastly there's the accessories and more, where from page 140 there will be accessories such as paper, inks, adhesive, tools and embellishments. On page 2 is Shelley Gardner, our co-founder and board chair, her welcome message, and there's always a picture of her lovely family. Sarah is the CEO, this is her family down here, and of course the statement of the heart. If you're new to Stamping Up, this page is essential because it will tell you about the stamps that Stamping Up carry. There are 2 types, in cling or photopolymer. The cling is a red rubber stamp. You still need mounting blocks to mount the stamps on in order to stamp, but once you've invested in the blocks, you know they're yours for life and you can use it on any stamp set. The photopolymer stamps are ideal for precision alignment to help with 2-step stamping or building scenes and layering images. So these are the various techniques, and as you go on and become more adept at stamping, you can try these techniques here. Stamping Up is renowned for its colour coordination. You don't have to worry about whether your cardstock matches the ink or the ink matches the ribbon. Let's turn to page 10. This is the Flowers for Every Season suite, and you'll find that if you want to order everything in the suite, Stamping Up has made it easy for you by just providing you one item code number. It will tell you what the price is alongside. That will save you time ordering all the items instead of just cherry picking them. Of course you can do that as well, and that's why they've also got separate codes if you want to cherry pick. So these are our new in colours: Cinnamon Cider, Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Misting Moonlight and Just Jade. And of course there are ribbons to match. In the Flowers for Every Season suite, this is what you'll get. The Jar of Flowers bundle, which is the stamp set and jar punch. You'll get 10% saving off that, and also the Celebrate Sunflowers. So it's a stamp set in cling and the dies. A pack of the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 designer series paper. I'll just run through them. The Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More card pack. You get sticker sheets with them. And these are 6x4 cards. More stickers. And these are 3x4. So they're all pre-printed cards. They're double-sided. You can use either side. You have the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. There's the gingham, Misty Moonlight, Baker's Twine, and some faux linen gauze in Whisper White. Memories and More card pack, 10 cards in each pack with 10 envelopes, and there's 2 each of each colour. And I used one of them to make a shaker card in one of my sneak peeks. A box of mason jar shaker domes, there are 10 in a pack. Flowers for Every Season gems. And of course the stamping blends, which will be available as of today. The stamps in true size, and some project ideas at the top in the spread. If you look at the bottom here, watch out for these logos. This is 10% off. That usually a selection of products bundled together to save 10%, and then anything that's new will have this logo with the N on it. Skip to page 24 where we'll find the World of Good suite, and the spread is from page 24 to 26. So if you want the entire suite, there's your one code for everything. Or you can just cherry pick the items as you wish, and you will still enjoy the 10% Beautiful World bundle. So you have the Beautiful World stamp set and the dies. These are called the World Map dies. I gave you a sneak peek of this card earlier during the week, last week actually. And here's another one to whet your appetite. This one uses the Old World 3D paper embossing folder. These are the designer series paper. They're specialty designer paper because they have gold or brass accents inside it. That's one side and that's the other side. It has these brass sheet accents. As you can see, I've already used quite a bit of it. There are 2 12x12 inch sheets in each pack. The World of Good Memories and More card pack. And again, there's sticker sheets, maps, compasses, so the 3x4 ones. These antique corners, photo corners and buckles and faux suede trim. I'm now going to skip to page 40 to 42, and this is the Playful Pet Suite. And if you're an animal lover, this is just absolutely gorgeous. It's the best one I've seen that Stampin' Up has produced. And you, in the designer series paper, you can see there are different breeds of dogs, and of course you can fussy cut those and add it to your card. I think it's fabulous, but it wasn't in our pre-order sadly, so have a look at that if you're an animal lover. I also want to skip to the Playing with Pattern suite. This is also on my wish list, and mainly that's because of the dies, because in this suite you have letter dies which also carries the numbers, and the best thing about it is that where there are popular letters like your vowels and things, there are double or multiple dies of that letter. Now we'll skip to the Forever Greenery suite on pages 108 through to 110. This is the real size of the stamps, and it's a distinctive stamp set, which means that there's light and shade incorporated into the stamp. The suite comprises a stamp set bundled with the Forever Flourishing dies. Some of these are extras where they're textured and embossed leaves and ferns, and these ones, the open dies, will cut out the stamped images from here. This suite also carries these specialty gold foil laser cut dies. There are 3 sheets of each. The other design I've made cards with. This is the other sheet. So there are 6 in this sheet, and I haven't made cards with those yet, but I've done some on here. So those are the other patterns. And you see what I mean by distinctive? There's light and shade incorporated into the rubber stamp. And then this one. These laser cuts make really quick, easy cards. You just have to layer them onto a piece of cardstock. If it's a dark shade of cardstock, then obviously the gold will pop more. Next you have the Forever Green Designer Series paper. These are sort of in lovely colours. Sort of all the shades of green that we have, and that's the reverse. The Stamp and Cut and Emboss embossing folder. This is the greenery one in the suite, and these are half size so that it will go through the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machines, which are new to Stampin' Up. It's their own brand, and it's their own die cutting system. This will fit in the Mini, which has a 3.5-inch platform, and that's 8.9 centimeters. And these embossing folders will just use the 2 mini cutting plates. And I thought you'd like to see a card that I made with it. These are also the gold hoops that are part of the suite. There are 10 in a pack, and to secure them I've just used glue dots. You know, rolled the glue dots so that they're nice and thin, and then just stuck it on. Last but not least is the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack, which is this open faux linen ribbon and the gold cording. So that's the ribbon, and there's the gold cord. Skip to page 122, which is the In Good Taste suite. This has the Tasteful Touches stamp set and the Tasteful label dies, and when you bundle these together it saves you 10%. What I love about this suite is the papers. Now this is a bumper pack of papers. There are 24 sheets in it. There are 12 designs. They're all photographic images of textures, you know, like floorboards and artwork, textiles. Then if you flip it over, aren't they gorgeous? So there are 2 sheets each of all these designs, and there are 12 double-sided designs, so there's lots to choose from. A lovely Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, and these wooden elements, as you can see, go just right with this card, and I love that textured background. It's beautiful. Now we're moving on to the colour collections. There are 5 core colour collections in a table format to list the A4 cardstock, the classic stamping pad, the refills and the blends. There are 10 in each family, and this is brights, neutrals, regals and subtles. There's a basic category with just the very vanilla, whisper white. Oh, they've introduced bronze and ivory. Those are the blends. You're in colour. These roll over every 2 years. Not roll over, these are renewed every 2 years. So at any given time you've got 50 colours plus your basics. What they've introduced now are some stamping spots over here on page 147. And then of course there's you know, your colour pencils and markers, even a storage system at the back, different mediums for colouring like your heat embossing powders, the embossing paste. We have a new watercolour painter. I don't know whether that's an improved version. These are all the new papers for this year. I want to scoot to page 162 to show that we've no longer got the snail, but we do have a replacement, and they are called Stamp and Seal. So there's a Stamping Seal which is like the snail, and the Stamp and Seal Plus, which is like your fuse. So they're different colours. One is a pale blue and one is a dark blue. Also, they've introduced some foam adhesive sheets. You know, you can die cut it to whip together with your dies, and then it's already got the foam pad on it, so you don't have to fiddle around with tiny little foam pads like this. The great news is that they've brought back the adhesive sheets. It's marked as new on here. They have been with us before and then they took it off. Last year we didn't have a die cutting machine. Now Stampin' Up has introduced and brought out, after much research, their own brand of stamp and cut and emboss machines. There are two sizes. One has a 3.5-inch platform, which is the mini, and there's the 6-inch platform, and of course it's still got the handle to crank it, and then the platform is nice and sturdy and it folds up for storage, and it's got really strong suckers at the bottom so that the machine doesn't move when it's in the open position. All the plates are numbered, and the recipe for different types of sandwiches you need to make for your dies and embossing and whatever is listed on the plate. And the plates are also numbered, which is a good thing. What I also love is now that they've categorized the die bundles. So if there's a die, it will also make a cross-reference to the stamp set it coordinates with. And it's the same with the punch bundles. So it just makes the navigating the catalogue a little bit easier for you. On page 186, there's a section on host and earn. So you get rewarded if you host a workshop or a party in your home, or even online, using the host code. So there's a bit of information about that. These are the freebies you can earn if you qualify for it. And then there's a stamp index on the back. There's some information about joining the Stampin' Up family if you wish to get discounts all the time. And then there's an accessories index right at the back. So that concludes our whistle tour of the catalogue. Thanks for staying with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find a lot of pleasure in your own personal copy of the catalogue. Pop back this Friday with another project using brand new stuff from the catalogue. Bye!